Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so we just had a trial run before we even actually started this, and I've never done that before. It was always one take, one hit quitter. Let's go. But anyways, let's do this again. Welcome everybody to the Wine Chronicles. Me, San Martin, Sherry Shaw, Candy Hall of the Clothing Hound, and we are here to do our number 3 episode, and we are ready to rock this one again. And I tell you what, we have a couple awesome things that are going to be happening today. We want to make sure that you're watching, and we also want to make sure that we get some followers on this show. So we're going to go ahead and start giving away some things. But without further ado, let's go ahead and go over what we already went over, talking about the weather outside. Oh my God.
Arizona.
I wanted to open a nice rosé because it was spring and have a nice, cool, chilled rosé. And I woke up and it was snowing this morning. And I said, that's it. We're going to open up the
red.
good stuff. We're going red.
We're going red. And you know what? I'm so happy that you're able to go ahead and pair the wine with the weather. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I get here a little bit earlier. She literally walked out the door and she goes, I'm going to go get me a croissant or a croissant. She goes, that would be perfect pairing. And she's always thinking on how to pair stuff. So if you guys don't know exactly what she does and how this show actually came about, she put a picture up and it literally was a bunch of wine. And she goes, this is my job for the day. And I'm like, I want to be a part of that. And so we created this show to not only taste the finest wine in Prescott, Arizona, but also hang out with some of the coolest business owners and friends and people that have been around this area for a minute. Candy Hall, the owner of HoUND. Thank you guys. I always mess up. You don't understand how awesome it is when I mess up. But let me go ahead and put out the logo. This is the HoUND company.
One of the coolest places in town.
And if you guys don't know exactly what they like to go ahead and offer, look at this final picture. Oh, this.
Oh, we love flannels.
Yes, most definitely. And it looks like you dressed to impress today with your warmth vest. No, I'm serious.
My Adidas blazer.
It's cold outside. So tell everybody who you are and what makes you famous in Prescott, Arizona.
Oh, well, I love clothes. That's where it's at. And I've been in business for 10 years doing the Clothes Hound, and I'm from Prescott, so it's such an honor to be downtown and to work with everybody who has businesses down here. It's like such a camaraderie, and so I am not alone in this. It's like the whole of everybody makes this downtown great. But if you need your new favorite outfit, come on into the Clothes Hound, 122 South Montezuma Street, right next to the Palace. So, and we're open every day. Still doing a little pandemic hours, a little shortened still, but the future is bright and you need a new outfit.
Yeah. If nobody told you today, you need a new outfit.
I am head to toe Clothes Hound.
Head to toe Clothes Hound.
The hat, the vintage whaling shirt, all of it. So thank you, Candy, for keeping me looking cool.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you.
So this is one of the coolest things ever. We get to taste the wines that you have to offer here at Back Alley Wine Bar. Before we actually get into this, we like to also do some myth busting about some things that we are talking about. I usually give her a hey, I'm going to ask you this question, so let's make sure that we know the answer. So the biggest myth that I have, or I've heard, is the deeper the hole underneath the wine bottle, the better the wine is.
That little indent right there. There's a little indent.
So I don't know if anybody's out there has actually ever really honestly heard about this. What does the experts say?
Well, it's called a punt, P-U-N-T. Keep
I
all
don't
of the jokes to yourselves.
Yes,
it's
I got it.
Punt. It actually originates from when back in the day when glass blowers made each bottle by hand, and it just gave the bottle more stability in order for them to rotate it and blow the glass or whatever they do. In champagne, it actually does provide more stability to the bottle because there's bubbles in champagne. There's a lot of pressure in that bottle when you pop the cork. So it actually gives that bottle a little more stability when it comes to champagne. But so there's your lesson for the day. It does not mean the deeper the punt, the better the wine. That is a myth.
I got so many
came up
jokes.
with. I don't know who told you
I
that, but they
know.
were
I
lying
got,
to you.
I got so many jokes right now, guys. We'll keep it to myself. I share it with them, but you know, it's behind the scenes.
And this is the Robert Foley wine. This is on our just buy the bottle list. We have a few selections back there that are a little more high end, it's a good list. You need to come check it out. And we've got some good old world wines. This one is a California wine, Robert Foley, the Griffin. It's a blend. And for you people that like your reds big and bold, this is the one for you.
You know, one of the crazy things about this is that we are experience this newness. So, do you know about the stirring?
I have seen Sherry do this.
Give it a little swirl.
But
And
see, you do you get it on the table so it gets some like base going.
Yeah, you
Base?
just get a little more.
Like
If you
dropping
do
the
it
base,
here, you
or
might
Yeah.
get enough swirl. You might end up spilling it.
Oh,
on your
okay.
awesome close down close. So just give it a good swirl.
Okay.
Stick your whole nose in there.
Whoa,
Right?
that is strong.
It is.
No,
It's
okay,
a
so
good wine.
the next part, you know, to swish it around your tongue,
Give it a gurgle.
and it.
Oh, amazing.
This is a great wine. Lots of really dark fruit, a lot of black cherry, some good dusty tannins. You feel that dryness in your mouth. This is a fantastic wine.
Oh yeah, so good.
So tasty.
And at noon on a Tuesday, even better.
Oh, hey, speaking of Tuesday, we are moving this on a Wednesday. You know, I was
Yes.
sitting here thinking that, we already established a Tuesday, and she goes, "Would you be upset if we moved to Wednesday?" I was like, "No, because I want to do my Toastmaster Zoom." I'm such a nerd now. I mean, like seriously, I want to do Toastmasters, so we're gonna switch this to Wednesday. So it's gonna be Wine Wednesdays.
Yeah, Wine Chronicle Wednesdays.
Because
Still at
Noon, but every Wednesday starting next Wednesday.
we're starting some new things around here, new trends and
Yes.
stuff like that. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put the show on a Wednesday. With that being said, tell everybody how you've been inspired to go ahead and put this clothing hounds. I mean, I read your bio on your page, and it's talking about the hounds. That's where the hounds part comes in your clothing. So let's talk about do you have clothing for the dogs and
No,
cats?
I don't. When I was coming up with the name, we very Western town, but I wanted to go a different course. I originally thought of clothes horse because you always hear, oh, she's such a clothes horse. So, I'm like, okay, what can I do to make it dog? I'm making it a hound, and just everything kind of unfolded with that. You know, made our theme. It's when people walk in there, they ask, well, what's your store about? Clothes, dogs, and music. So what else is there? And wine. And then there's wine. But yeah,
She has a pretty cool vinyl collection in her store too. For you vinyl collectors, she has a pretty cool vinyl collection, and her flannels are all. Sorry, I'm just gonna take over because I love your store.
Let me tell you about this store.
She has these flannels that she makes with old school vintage rock and roll t-shirts sewn on the back. Shoot, I should have worn one. We should have brought to show.
You know what? I'll give one away. Giveaway.
There you go.
Ooh, so
Yeah.
if you
We're doing a
watch this,
giveaway.
you heard this here.
Give it away.
But you have to be a random guest, or do you have to be the first guest that comes in? How about
How do we
this?
do this?
Any random guest that comes in, you drop their name down,
Okay.
and at the end of the week on her page, then you have to go like their page. Her page at the clothing hound will go ahead and put up a link on the bottom of these comments.
Okay.
And at the end of the week on Friday, she will go live to go ahead and give that away at her page.
Okay.
I'll even come in and give it away.
Yes. Yeah. You come in.
And then we'll be like, ooh, did you hear that? So anyway, nice way to drop it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk
And we do a lot of concert tees. And I think that's where like the music comes in. And of course, when you walk in, always like amazing music playing. That's a comment that a lot of gentlemen always make because it's not really a gentleman's store. So when they walk in with their wives, they kind of have a seat in the chair in the corner, and they just enjoy the music and the scene. And we have a beautiful ceiling too. Everybody's so interested in our old tin ceiling.
It's got a cool vibe in there. It
Yeah.
really does. Candy does an amazing job at merchandising. Her windows are always really cool. At one point, she had nothing but like cereal boxes in there, but it was so cool. She always has amazing windows. So
And our 4th of July window is going to be one band, dedicated to one band, and you guys will have to wait to see what band it is.
America?
It might be a band from Texas.
Ooh,
What?
dropping some
Oh, yeah.
hints.
So we're going to be doing like it all over the place during 4th of July. So you guys got to check that out.
So
I
someone, Misty commented, she wants one of the, she says, pick me. She wants a flannel. They are seriously the coolest flannels. You guys, if you haven't seen them, you may see them around town because they're very popular.
Don't forget to like the page. Make it happen.
Like the page.
So guys, this is huge. I mean, one of the biggest things about this is wanting to get to know businesses and stuff. And as you guys saw in the description, not only does Candy own this clothing hound store down the street, but she's also president of the partnership.
Prescott Downtown Partnership.
And you're also a member as well, and also sitting on the council as well, right?
And
I just passed the baton over to Candy. So I was president past 2 years and she just took over
She's
in
like, happily.
in January.
And we kind of kid a little bit, but it's not really a kidding thing because when we talk about it on our morning show, we talk about the decline of events. We talk about the hurting of the local businesses, and you guys are downtown Prescott. So you guys are thriving off tourism, but also one of the biggest things that was you were trouble or facing is that tourists weren't really coming in. So everything got stepped back a little bit. Tell everybody kind of like your lows and what do you think the highs are going to be for the local Prescott event scene. I mean, this is something that's coming up. I had in my email talking about Bluegrass Festival, looking for sponsorships and people to go ahead and take care of that. So tell everybody the highs and the lows that you guys are facing right now.
Well, I mean, it is a struggle because this is
There she is.
an event-oriented organization. So, a lot of events got canceled or put on hold last year, and still kind of a slow start to this year. And we have these events planned, but they still could be canceled just depending on where numbers go with COVID and everything. But crossing our fingers that we're going to stay in the game here and continue to have success with our events. And the whole year, I mean, is booked. So we got plans. We have things to do here.
Yeah, we have things to do here.
Yeah.
When is the first event of the season? We call it white tent season because there's white tents out on the square all summer long. Yeah. When is the first white tent event?
Off to the first event downtown is Mother's Day weekend. And it's going to be the white tents. Different vendors are coming in. We're really excited about bringing in some new blood, we want to say, and different things, more handmade items. It's kind of like the thing we're looking for. But and we're adding on new events too. Sherry, you want to talk about a couple of new events?
Yeah, so we're working on, and keep your fingers crossed. MJ, who is the director of the PDP, and I are trying really hard to put together an Arizona Wine Festival. We're hoping for one of the last weekends in October.
I wonder who inspired that one.
Arizona wine has had a boom in the past decade, and a lot of towns are doing festivals, and we wanted to get into the game. So there will be music, there'll be tasting. It will be a lot of fun. So let's hope that will roll out. And then we've talked about, we're kind of in the works, we're throwing some ideas out. If you guys have any ideas on what you would like to see downtown, let us know. But we're talking about possibly a rockabilly festival with a car show and music. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that we can keep moving forward. It's been very difficult, has it not, Candy, trying to plan for something that may be canceled, because it's a lot of time and energy and money, and then the weekend before it gets canceled. So but hopefully we're on the upswing. People are getting vaccinated. Yavapai County is doing very well with vaccinations, so let's hope it continues and we can get some of these white tents out on the square.
The white tents on the square. And thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Appreciate you.
And all,
Positive
and all
feedback.
these events just benefit all the businesses downtown as well. I don't hear a lot of the people don't benefit from people being downtown. The more people you have downtown, the better the business are going to do. And it seems more alive and vibrant. And our downtown is so unique and interesting. And, a lot of people are taking advantage of going upstairs in these buildings now and just getting a totally different view of what Prescott is about. These second story restaurants and stores that are popping up. It's really cool.
Yeah.
To see that.
It's cool to see how well we did lose a few businesses, but how well our little town has survived a really tough year. And that's all because of you guys, truly. The locals came out to support. I mean, we know that you can shop online or go to Costco to buy wine, but you guys came out to support us and pop-up sales. So we are very grateful. I don't think a lot of businesses would have fared as well if they were in a big city. So thank you, Prescott, for that.
Yeah, Misty, second the Rockabilly.
Rockabilly!
I think Rockabilly is anything that has to do with events right now is probably a
Yeah.
real hot thing. So
Car show, music.
yeah, we hope that everybody turns out, to try to make it happen. With that being said, let's also start talking about, the things that we missed last year, which was very big. And the first one this year usually comes off. Is it usually the Whiskey Row?
Oh yeah, the Whiskey 50.
The bike race.
And also the race, right?
Yeah.
The marathon.
Oh yeah, they moved that though.
That's going to be in October of this year. I think actually the first weekend of October. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But the Whiskey Row Marathon is going to happen. The bike race, unfortunately, is not.
Yeah, just that event brings in thousands and thousands of people from out of state, and so I think the risk was just too high. It would happen at the end of April. So.
Yeah. And what we were actually reporting on that scenario was just talking about the police force. The police force is something that we have to take care of and make sure that they're well to do their job and not to be like, an understatement. But when one gets COVID, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Is it girl or boy? Girl. Oh, sorry, girl.
That's Frankie. She wants to be in the show. Aww.
I'm tired of this. I don't know what to do. He's like, put me in. This is what's going to actually make the show. You're right. You know it. You know it. Huh?
Silly girl, get down.
So I was like, no.
Frankie, come on.
Right? Okay, so I think the thing was I was trying to. About the past events that actually closed down. What kind of strain it actually put on our community and also the economy, knowing that it brings millions and millions of dollars into the economy. So if you guys don't know what these millions and millions of dollars do, it actually gives you these events back because they have a bed tax where all the people come in and sleep in the beds, and all they actually pay for these people to put on these events. And also it comes up with the idea of the money that goes into fixing our streets, giving our beauty that we have, all that tagging that you don't see on these walls. Guess what? We have to pay for that. The tax dollars that come in from, the growth that come from these businesses is what actually pays for that. So, cheers to everybody that did come out, for as far as the local scene. And I still know that it's actually happening. What are kind of the things that you have seen, being on Whiskey Row?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's definitely not as busy, even during the week.
Yeah.
Now because the tourism is so down, and I definitely noticed that a lot of tourists come during the week, not necessarily on the weekend, because they know that those are the times they can really explore a city without it being too busy.
And I've noticed a lot of businesses are closed more often. I know it's lack of staffing. It's really hard to find people right now, or just trying to save money, so they close maybe on Mondays or Wednesdays. And so I've noticed that. I hope we can go back to being open 7 days a week and getting some more hustle and bustle during the week.
Well, I mean, just to go ahead and be a little bit on the positive level of what I am seeing, Yavapai County Health Department is showing nothing but positive, talk, feedback, acknowledging that, with the new vaccine getting ready to be introduced to everybody above 16 years of age. This is a big thing. So hopefully we can go ahead and get that immunity, and then everybody will feel safe to go ahead and start prospering in this awesome thing. So
I think something that we have really missed out on this last year is the fact that we've been living in Footloose for a year.
Yes.
There have been no dancing.
Yeah.
No dancing.
Yeah, no way.
That's been hard.
You gotta find the right places, Candy. You just gotta be like, I know where to go ahead and start dancing.
Yeah, well.
No, it's literally illegal to dance right now in Arizona. And it's very hard. I had to tell, this was right after the second reopening, but a dad and his little girl that just tore my heart out. So I know I would love to get back to dancing. We've actually had a couple people dancing out in the alley at times. So
yeah, that's what I
said. We said, we're gonna go do the dancing. Let's go to the square.
Yeah. Let's go dance out there. Just put a big old loudspeaker down there and just let it go down.
We
You know
need to
what?
have
We
one
shut
big
down the-
party.
So what do we know about this alley getting blocked up sometime soon to go ahead and start creating these new downtown events?
I don't know. We need to reach out to the city about that. I think so much was put on hold because of this past year. But they did move forward. You know, they finished the mural. They put the lights up out there. So
Yeah, and they also got those awesome, beautiful arches. I don't even know what.
Yes.
They just showed up one day. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
they are starting to do what they're doing. And if you guys don't know anything about that, come down here and check it out. But with that being said, Mr. Cheers. We didn't even
Cheers.
Tuesday.
So are you
Bill, if you're still watching, I'll save you a sip of this if you're coming in today.
Just no dancing.
You're gonna have to work around this, Bill. I don't know. You're one day you're gonna have to come in and sit because I know that you're doing some good things out there too as well. I'm gonna taste this. You know
This
what?
is fantastic.
This actually has a lot of great smells. Can you name one thing that you smell in there?
I smell like booze. Like it's almost like boozy smelling. Like you guys get that?
Boozy or boozy?
Booze, like
Booze.
booze.
Like
you
you're
know,
drinking
poured
some
out.
booze.
Yeah, like almost like
Sometimes you can get that if it has a high alcohol level, or I have found,
bourbon.
and people think I'm
Bourbon.
crazy. Yeah, because you know a lot of wine is aged in oak barrels, and there is a hint of there's a little bit of oak and vanilla in this for sure. It's a hint, but it's there. And sometimes, you know, if you've ever had a shot of Jack Daniels, I never have, but
what? Really?
you get that
I
like
know, she
you
lied.
get all that.
Wait,
Oh,
we're gonna have to,
and so yeah, sometimes because I found that too. I found actually in a lot of Zinfandels, it actually tastes like someone put a little drop of Jack Daniels in there.
That's what I'm picking up from this one.
From what I've heard, that it tastes like.
Good afternoon, Carrie, Bill. No problem, man.
Now, does that mean, real quick, does that mean there's more alcohol in it? Did you say when like it has that undertone?
Yeah, so sometimes like you can taste. So wines are usually like 12. Some go up to like 15% alcohol. If it's like 14 or above, sometimes you call it hot, like, oh, that's kind of a hot wine, and you can taste the heat kind of in the back of your throat or even as it goes down, and that's the alcohol. It just means it has kind of a high alcohol level. The burn.
The burn, man, the burn. So guys, this is one of the coolest freaking, I think, afternoon type of things. I don't know if you were saying something of the effect of good afternoon, Carrie, as we're drinking in the afternoon right now, which is not a bad thing. Is it a bad thing?
It's day drinking.
Yeah.
It's day drinking. And I mean, I can't carry
We
on
waited
like
till
that.
noon. Isn't that like that's the
proper thing to
standard?
do.
We waited till noon.
It is the proper thing to do. But I believe that this place has I mean, look at the background, guys. This is literally not a backdrop. This is literally the background. This is what you get. You come down here, and this is the type of ambiance that you have. It's just nothing but peacefulness and just like enjoyable moments. Like everything has Instagrammable walls. We should do what do you call it?
We've had a lot of people do photo shoots in
A
here.
runway clothes show.
A fashion show.
Fashion show
Yes.
up in this place.
The runway could be all the way from the store, wrap around into the bar.
Oh, I like it. All right. I think
All
we
right.
just
All right,
figured
we
out
gotta
our
do
next
that.
event.
We got it. You know what we'll call it instead of the 25th annual pub crawl? We'll do like a boutique crawl.
Oh
I
yeah.
like it.
A boutique crawl, and at the end of the boutique crawl, we all have a big old huge party.
Yeah, shopping and whining.
Shopping and whining.
I like
Love
it.
I think that we could actually create something. You guys heard it here first. If you guys want to go ahead and tell them, anybody.
Oh yeah. See, all it gets for us to start brewing with the ideas is
Yeah,
little
yeah.
day drinking.
Oh,
Little
hey,
creativity
yeah,
juice.
and this is the number one reason why we do this show is to go ahead and find the creative people that are making Prescott beautiful, one person at a time. And I think that this is amazing. You are literally our first guest. We actually had our first guest as us ourselves. But the reason why, because we wanted to get to know Sherry, and we obviously want to get to know me as far as the Prescott Times is running, and this.
Well, we wanted to see if people would actually watch too.
Oh yeah. And Bill, man, you keep on watching, man. You're gonna be our number one fan. We have actually things for those fans out there, and we actually forgot to do it the second time around because you guys, I actually pressed play and I started going off like I always do. First take, one hit wonder guy. But and I was like, oh, dude, it's not even on. So you guys didn't even get to hear the spot. So if you're still watching this And or if you watch this actual video and you come into the Back Alley Wine Bar, tell them what happens.
So mention the show. Just mention that you watched us today, and we'll put your name in a hat. And next week we'll do a drawing, and you can win either a hat or a T-shirt, whichever.
And maybe you could have one of these guys on as your next guest.
I know my wheels are already turning. Bill, I'm coming for you. You can come talk about Kiwanis Club.
There we go. Yes. We are looking for bookings for any business professional out there, or even some sort of pillar in this community that would love to go ahead and hang out with us, enjoy some wine in the midday, get to talk about some cool things such as why in the world is there big old holes in the bottom of the wine? I mean, I know everybody wants to know this. I know I do. I actually come to the table with some great questions. My next question, you guys do not want to miss. You do not want to go ahead and miss anything that happens on the show. Our next guest will be the owner of Goliath Creations. And then that guy right there knows how to go ahead and do some crazy things in the background of all the computer world. And guess what? He did it for me in the Prescott Times, so I'm going to be appreciative to have him on. He's probably kind of sound a little nerdy, but he actually looks pretty cool.
I'm excited to meet him.
I really hope that he is watching, because then he can go ahead and share this. Say, I'm going to be on this show next week. But with that being said, tell everybody how to go ahead and get a hold of you and where to find you.
So we're located on Whiskey Row, 122 South Montezuma Street. We're open every day. Like I said, we have really limited hours right now. Open from 11 to 5 generally are the hours. If you want to have an appointment shopping though, just shoot me a shout out on Instagram or Facebook, or just give me a ring on the telephone, like the good old days.
Yeah. and like she said before, go down to her spot. Tell them that you saw her on this show, and she's going to put you into the drawing, or she's going to hook you up with something that is awesome. And the same thing with this one. Tell Sherry and the staff that you saw this on the show. She's going to put you in a drawing, and next week we will go ahead and actually give you that. You know, we're going to make it happen. You guys have to watch.
I'm going to do the first 10 who come in the store and say they saw it. I'll give you a bandana.
Ooh.
I make these bandanas that are really cool.
Oh, those are cool. She has the coolest bandanas.
Really gonna try. I'm gonna have to do some more promotion on this, guys. So if you guys want to go down there, go check her out and make it happen.
And you're still gonna give away a flannel.
Still giving away a flannel.
The flannels are awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
And you can pick out the flannel that you like.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do more promotion on this, because this is our third show. Why you gotta put we're gonna make 10 people go down there today. You guys better go down there today. If not, then obviously you're gonna make me look bad.
You never look bad.
Just kidding.
Prescott won't let you down.
Yeah, don't let them down, guys. Come down to the wine bar, Back Alley Wine Bar, and also the Clothing Hound downtown Prescott, Arizona, and come enjoy some of the finer things in life. And thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.